Welcome students. So we have in the last class we have studied about the leakage reactance equations of a single phase 4-type transformer. Correct. Expression for the leakage reactance with the 8 assumptions were made and derived the equations. Correct. Now we have to learn about the leakage reactance of sandwich coils. So you can say that sandwich coils is nothing but it is a shell type transformer. Correct. The windings are arranged in the central limb of shell type transformer in a sandwich shape. Correct. So here this is the arrangement of winding. So this is the core of a transformer, that is shell type transformer, core of a shell type transformer. So here the windings are alternatively arranged like LV, HV, LV, HV, LV windings. Alternate LV and HV windings are arranged. So this is the at the end of the core, half of the LV winding will be arranged. So here the total LV winding, this is the total width of the LV winding. In that half will be at the end. So here half LV winding, here half LV winding. Or you can say that so alternate LV and HV windings are arranged, but at the end of the core there will be half LV winding is arranged. So you can say that this is the, if HV winding is the primary winding, so this is BP is the width of the HV winding, and LV winding are considered as a secondary, that is secondary winding. So this is BS. BS is the width of the secondary winding. So space between HV and LV is called as a, that is duct space. So the half of BS, half of BP is nothing but half here, half BS. Correct. So BS is the total width of the LV winding. So it is arranged in the both the ends like here. So W is the width of the windings, that is primary and secondary windings, whether it is LV or HV. So W. So in core type transformer it is LC. It is similar to that of LC, which is along with the vertical direction. But here in the sandwich coils it is in the horizontal direction. W is the total length, you can say total length of the primary and secondary winding, which is having equal axial length. So BP is the width of the HV winding, BS is the width of the LV winding, whether it is primary or secondary. Here primary is considered as HV winding and secondary is considered as a LV winding. A is the width of the duct. So here half BS and here half BS. So let the HV winding have n number of coils. Each of the n coils is sandwiched between two coils of LV winding. Let it be HV winding is having n number of coils. Then this n number of coils will be sandwiched between two LV number of coils. So let the HV winding having n coils, each of the n coils is sandwiched between two coils of LV winding. This requires the LV winding to have two half coils, one at each end of the winding and n-1 full coils spread in between. So if you consider n number of HV coils, so here there are two HV coils, correct? So n value will be equal to 2. Then n-1 will be the full LV coils. N-1 will be the full LV coils. So here two HV coils, so 2 minus 1, that is 1 LV coils are arranged. One LV coil is arranged, that is full LV coil, and at the both end half of the LV coils are arranged, so that is fixed. At the both end half of the LV coils are fixed. So if n value is equal to 3, then there are two LV full LV coils will be arranged in between the HV winding, and at the end both end there will be half of the LV winding will be arranged. So that is the arrangement of coils in a shell type transformer or sandwich coils. Each half of LV winding is contains half the number of turns of that of full LV coils. So the LV coils which are wounded at the end of the core, that is half of the LV winding, correct? So in that half of the LV winding is wounded. So if full coil of LV winding is having n number of turns, then the half of the LV coils will be having n by 2 number of turns at each end, that is both end. Thus, if there are n coils in the HV winding, there will be n-1 full coils of LV winding and two half coils in the half coils of LV winding. Correct. So if there are n number of coils of HV winding, there will be n minus 1 full coils. So in the previous example, there are 2 HV coils. That means n is equal to 2. Then LV coils, full LV coils is 2 minus 1, that is 1 LV coil, and 2 half coils at the both ends. So that is the arrangement. The half coils have half the turns of a full coil. The winding can be considered as consisting of 2n units connected in series, with each unit consists of a half LV coil and a half HV coils. So total winding you can consider as a 2n units. N is the number of HV coils. So in this particular case, there are n is equal to 2. So that is 4 units of coils are there connected in series, with each unit consists of a half LV coil and a half HV coils. Correct. Each of these units can be treated on the same basis as that of cylindrical concentric winding. Cylindrical concentric winding means it is in case of core type transformer. So each of these coils are similar to that of core type transformer, that is cylindrical concentric winding. So what is the difference in the cylindrical concentric winding or in the core type transformer? They are placed vertically. Correct. But in case of shell type transformer, the windings or coils are placed horizontal. That is the main difference. The width of the coil W can be taken similar to that of axial length LC of the cylindrical winding. In the core type transformer, the coils are mounted vertically. So length of the coil, that is axial length of the coil, is considered as a LC, L suffix C. But in shell type transformer, these windings are mounted horizontally. So the width of the coil W will be, which is equal to the LC, that is axial length of the coil in case of cylindrical winding. The leakage reactance of each unit per phase is referred to primary side is given by, in this particular case, that is in shell type transformer, X is equal to 2 pi F into mu naught Tp by 2n whole square, where n is the number of HV coils. LMT, that is length of mean term, divided by W, that is width of the coil, into A plus BP plus BS divided by 6. A is the width of the duct, BP is the width of the primary winding, and Bs is the width of the secondary winding. So there is no derivation in case of shell type transformer. Just you have to remember the equations to solve the numerical problems. So the final equation, that is reactance, leakage reactance of each unit per phase referred to the primary side is given by this equation in case of shell type transformer. So Tp divided by 2n is the number of turns in each half coil of primary winding. Number of turns in each half coil of primary winding. Total reactance of transformer per phase referred on the primary side is Xp equal to 2n into 2 pi F into mu naught Tp by 2n whole square LMT by W into A plus BP plus Vs by 6. So this is the total leakage reactance. Total reactance of the transformer referred to the primary side. So where n is the number of HV coils. So this is the final expression of leakage reactance. So next we have to find out the estimation of no load current of transformer. So this derivation is very important in the exam point of view. So you have to calculate the no load current of a single phase transformer. This is for single phase transformer. So this is the core of a transformer, where we can consider this length of the yoke. Correct. So this is the upper portion is yoke. So that is, you take it as Ly, that is length of the yoke, and this vertical position, that is LC. Take it as LC, and here also it is LC, and here it is yoke. Correct. LC means length of the core. Length of the core in the both side, and horizontal side it is, you consider it as a Ly, that is length of the yoke of a core type transformer. So we need to find out the no load current of a single phase transformer. Expression for no load current of a single phase transformer. The no load current of a transformer has two components. They are magnetizing component, that is Im, and loss component, that is IL. Magnetizing component, that is Im, and loss component. So no load current of a single phase transformer is divided into magnetizing component Im and loss component IL. The magnetizing current depends upon the MMF required to establish the desired flux. So the magnetizing current Im is depends upon the amount of MMF required to establish the desired flux in the core. The loss component of no load current depends upon the iron loss. So the magnetizing current depends upon the MMF required to establish the flux in the core, and the loss component of the no load current is depends upon the iron loss. Correct. So no load current of a single phase transformer expression you have to see. The total length of the core is 2 LC. Correct. So why it is 2 LC? So this is 1 LC and this is another LC. So total it is 2 LC. Total length of the yoke is 2 LY. So this is 1 LY and this is second LY. So it is 2 LY. So LC is equal to height of the window, that is HW. HW is height of the window, which is equal to LC. So if you see LC here, that is equal to the height of the window, correct, which is also equal to height of the window, that is HW. So LY, that is length of the yoke, is equal to width of the window, WW. So width of the window. So MMF for core is nothing but MMF for core of the transformer is equal to MMF per meter for maximum flux density in the core into total length of the core. So MMF per meter. So whatever the magnetic motive force which is used to, which is similar to that of voltage, correct, to develop the desired flux. So MMF per meter for a maximum flux density in the core into total length of the core, which is equal to MMF per meter is, you take it as ATC, that is AT is the capital AT is the MMF, total MMF, but it is MMF per meter, so you consider it as a AT, small AT with respect to core into total length of the core. Total length of the core is 2 LC, so which is equal to 2 ATC into LC. So MMF for yoke equal to MMF per meter for maximum flux density in the yoke into total length of the core, correct. So MMF per meter for maximum flux density in the yoke area, yoke position into total length of the core. So ATY is the MMF per meter for maximum flux density in the yoke into length of the yoke is 2 LY, correct. Length of the core or like total length of the yoke. So sorry, here it is total length of the yoke should be there. Total length of the yoke. So 2 LY, which is equal to 2 into ATY into LY. So total magnetizing MMF AT naught is nothing but MMF for core plus MMF for yoke plus MMF for joints. Joints means, so this area. So core area and yoke area joining points. So this 4 areas, correct. So these 4 parts where core and yokes are meeting points. So that is the MMF for joints. So MMF for core is 2 ATC into LC and MMF for yoke is 2 ATY into LY and MMF for joints is MMF for joints, correct. Maximum value of magnetizing current, you can take it as AT naught divided by TP. You have to divide it by number of primary turns. If the magnetizing current is sinusoidal, then RMS value of magnetizing current you can take it as IM RMS value, which is equal to AT naught divided by TP into root 2. That is, you are dividing with respect to root 2, correct. The expression at the denominator you are multiplying with the root 2 to find the RMS value, correct. So it will become AT naught divided by root 2 into TP. When magnetizing current is non-sinusoidal, if it is non-sinusoidal, then you have to consider a peak factor, that is KPK. So you have to multiply with that peak factor. So it becomes IM equal to AT naught divided by KPK into TP, where KPK is the peak factor. So if it is not a sinusoidal magnetizing current, if it is sinusoidal, you have to multiply with the root 2, correct, in the denominator. So the loss component of no load current II equal to, which is contributing for the core loss. So which is given by Pi, that is power, iron loss power, correct. Iron loss divided by Vp. Vp is the primary voltage. Pi is here iron loss in watts. Vp is the terminal voltage of primary winding. So that is the loss component of the current. So therefore no load current I naught equal to square root of Im square plus IL square. So no load current of the transformer is given by Im square plus IL square. So that is the final expression. Okay. Thank you.